Radio Entertainment Committee wants me to be the necessaries for the show.
Live from our Jackson studio. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Lasco Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Lasco Cafe on Spreaker. Good evening, everybody. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right. This is Sunday. This is Last Call Cafe, as Mr. Franklin Pangborn just gave you, and I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. This is the program that enters your mind and does things to your brain that you'd never thought would be done possible. Legally, of course. We save the illegal stuff for Saturday Night Live. Steve the Baxman Baxley here. Let me introduce the other folks who make this show a joy and a rapture. He is the gamer's best friend. And he's the first to do gamer news better than anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the man, the myth, the legend, the cocktail sauce in our shrimp cocktail. He is the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Sup?
Not much. And of course, where would we be without this man? I don't ever want to know, because he is one of the best, and he does what he does because he loves it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Betty White's favorite chew toy, the host of Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut, starring Jay the Brain Man and some idiot named Steve the Baxman Baxley. Ladies and gentlemen, intergender wrestling champion, manager of managers, and the man who will say a lot more when I say the one, the only, Salto America. Okay, kiddies, we got a lot for you tonight on the broadcast. We will be returning, knock on wood, to bring you some recorded comedy bits. I've already got a little recorder for that up and downloaded. So we are somewhat back to an abnormality. But before we do everything that we normally do on this program, ladies and gentlemen, first off the base, here he is. It's time for your weekly dose of brainwaves. Here's JTB.
I got none.
And that's your brainwave for tonight and this week. Aren't you glad? Anyway. Oh, don't worry, folks. He'll have more. You gotta believe, friends. You gotta believe. Anyway, we got a lot to do, a lot to say, and a lot to enjoy. And speaking of which, Mr. Pangborn, if you will, please come up to the microphone and do your thing for our next little segment. It's time now for Gamer News with Matt the Wizard Nichols. Gamer News is, as always, sponsored by Pluto TV, where you get more than gamer programming. You also get anime shows. You get everything. It's Pluto TV. It's free. Go to Pluto.tv for more information and the channels where you can get some anime and gamer material, including Roblox. I think that's what it's called anyway. Here's Roblox. Here's the Wizard.
Okay, this week on Gamer News, well, if you have a PS5 and you love Resident Evil, you're in luck, because Resident Evil 8 just released a demo called The Maiden. So, if you're interested in Resident Evil 8 and want a taste of what's to come with that game, download it. It's free on the PlayStation Network store if you have a PlayStation 5. I played it myself and it was pretty good. And that's pretty much it for Gamer News.
And that's Gamer News for this week. Tune in next week for more exciting news from the land of gaming. Back to you, gentlemen. All right, thank you very much. And we got a little something for everybody today. Folks, if you are looking for that dream job, oh, have we found something pour vous? And we're going to tell it to you right now. It is a dream job for people with a sweet tooth. And if you think it's owning a candy company to call yourself Willy Wonka, nope. The folks at Candy Funhouse is hiring professional taste testers called candyologists. According to the job posting, candyologists are expected to review some of the company's 3,000, that's 3,000, candy and chocolate items. They will select 100 products to be featured in the brand's first candy line. Full-time and part-time candyologists are paid 60 Canadian dollars an hour. They must be at least 18 years old or older, enthusiastic about trying new products, and able to give honest and objective opinions. Now, Candy Funhouse is a Canadian company based in Mississauga, Ontario. And you're probably all saying, oh, that's great, you have to live in Canada. Wrong! This job opening is open to Canadian and U.S. men, women, children, at least those at 18 years or older. Some taste testers, however, can work from home. Now, the deadline to apply is February 15th. To learn more about this job posting, we have the website for you. It is candyfunhouse.ca/pages/careers. Give it to you one more time, slowly. candyfunhouse.ca/pages/careers. Any slower and you'd think we were on drugs. So, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about anyone listening in, but this sounds like a dandy of an idea. Hey, candy is dandy. Maybe liquor will be quicker. Anyway, we'll find out more. And everybody, go forth to apply. All right. 10 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. And we got a little wrestling news for you. Don't know if there's any
big events in the realm of the wrestling world. But that reminds me, we got some big news for you, and this might affect the WWE in one little bit. It was rumored as early as about September of last year. It is now reality. NBC Universal has decided to pull the plug on its all-sports network, NBCSN, at the end of this year, which means that there are now ramping up rumors that G4 may be coming back after all. But
we've known that for a while.
Oh, yes. In fact, I do believe we were the ones that reported on it.
Yes, Bandicam is going.
Yes.
Good.
Good. Anyway, the folks over there at NBC Universal plan to end the network at the end of this year. And I know you're asking, so what's going to happen to the NHL? What's going to happen to all the sports programs? Well, the premier sports programs, your soccer, your rugby, your NASCAR, and the NHL, should NBC renew its contract as a broadcast partner this summer. Oh, yeah, and of course, the Olympics and everything else. It'll be transferred over to the USA Network. Now, you know, wrestling fans are going to be a little upset-a-vu, because that means that Vince will be losing one of his spots. That's right, folks. It looks like NXT may be the odd show out, as at the NHL on NBC, which would be the NHL on USA, will be taking over Wednesday, because that's the most popular time to watch it. So what happens to NXT? What happens to Raw? Well, nothing's going to happen to Raw, because obviously that's your signature show, which is going to stay put on Monday. But NXT, I think, should it all happen, should the NHL say, okay, we'll go back to USA Network, you got us for 5 more years, I think NXT, Vince is going to be cozying up to old Uncle Rupert, who has that big multi-year contract with the WWE as their broadcast partner, and NXT will be shipped over to the good folks over at Fox Sports 2. Why not Fox Sports 1? Very simple. Fox Sports 1 has got some major sports programming already ramped up and already contracted, so it'll probably go to Fox Sports 2, which, well, let's put it this way, needs programming. Once again, Vince, if you're listening, you might want to call Uncle Rupert right now, because if you want to save NXT, that's the only way you got. Unless, of course, well, you move it to E. But anyway, I think it's going to go to Fox Sports, be part of FS2's programming. But still, that's one less thing to worry about. NXT will survive. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just got a feeling they're going to be on Fox Sports too, to save face and bond continuum with the boys and girls at Fox. And let's get going here with some of the things here. ODB had a nice little statement or two. Talk about, she's one of the original gangsters of the Impact Knockouts, and she was around for the formation of the Vision in 2007. She went on to win 4 Knockouts championships during her 7-year run with the promotion, and has made various one-off appearances since then. Of course, she's got that food truck, which from what I understand is certainly beautiful. and has some great food. We gotta. I don't know how we're gonna do this. We gotta get her to bring her food truck to Jackson. Anyway, her last run-in with a major promotion came with the NWA late in 2019. 2 of her matches had her locked up against Thunder Rosa, and ODB talked about her NWA experience when she was interviewed by Chris Van Fleet. Well, she recently announced that she's returning to Impact, and her infamous food truck may even be involved. With Impact now partnered with AEW, ODB was asked about the possibility of making appearances for AEW as well. Now, she said, that's actually is something because I'm not afraid to pitch anything. What are they going to say? No? That was actually one thing I said. Jacksonville is an hour away from me, said ODB. I've been having my food truck there. Why not drive that right in and go after some of those chicks? She does have one AEW appearance already on her resume. In it, she took part in the Casino Battle Royal at 2019's All Out. She was among many current and former Impact knockouts who took part in the match, including Awesome Kong, Tennille Dashwood, and Jazz. However, that ended up being just a one-night appearance, as ODB is yet to be invited back. But she did talk about getting a good reception from the fans, but not getting a call back. Quote, I think the same thing, too. I went there, and the reaction was like, oh, because I had my food truck at the hotel and everything all weekend. And then I showed up, and they're like, holy shmee, ODB. Then nothing. I'm like, all right, well, cool. But they never really brought in a lot of girls that were named. They never brought in any of the TNA girls or ex-WWE chicks and stuff, but I think you need to spice that women's division up a little bit. I got to agree. I got to agree with that statement, but we'll find out more as the weeks and months to come. Ryback, he's a name that has surfaced about maybe him going to AEW. But since departing the WWE in 2016, Ryback has wrestled on and off again on the indie scene. Former Intercontinental Champion, emphasized a career in health and fitness, launching his Feed Me More Nutrition brand. Despite the new career path, Ryback is not done in the squared circle just yet. Speaking on the Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report with wrestling founder Raj Giri, Ryback said he can return to action later in the summer. He noted that he's not concerned about getting in ring shape, but rather finding a suitable opponent. As for where he want to wrestle, Ryback named certain Wednesday night promotions, one he's had his eyes on. Quote, I've been very vocal, I think, on one company, that being AEW, I think is the future of pro wrestling, Ryback said, end quote. While a televised return is possible for a big guy, it doesn't seem like he'll be going back to the WWE anytime soon. Said Ryback, I walked away from millions of dollars in the top spot at the biggest company in the world to get my health back. I've been nothing but honest. I've spoken up for wrestlers from day one. There's been a lot of heat, negativity, and a lot of lies. I held ground. I learned to literally make more money in the business than with wrestling, which is almost unheard of, especially with everything going on, the number of lies and BS. I'm going to go back to a good situation. So that's not bad. He wants to return. He wants to return if a worthwhile opportunity presents itself. But more than anything, he wants to have a positive experience. I'm going to AEW maybe, but I think his best bet would be with either MLW or Ring of Honor, or maybe with Dave Marquez's group. But you never know, as they say. You never know. Anyway, that's a couple of little stories. And we are just a few weeks away from the next pay-per-view. I do believe that will be the Royal Rumble. And
ding, 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 ding.
Thank you very much. And speaking of which, Tampa, you're going to really have some fun. not only have you got the Super Bowl, not only has Tampa going to meet up with Kansas City, you've also April 10th.
You mean the Supper Bowl?
Yes, the Superb Owl, as we affectionately.
No.
Oh,
the Supper Bowl.
The Supper Bowl. Yes, we will.
That's right.
We've decided.
That's our own original ripoff name.
Yes, Supper Bowl.
Donut Steal.
Right, because we did come up with the Superb Owl first, but then it sort of got ripped off by a bunch of other people, which we will not name to give them publicity. So the Supper Bowl. Anyway, WrestleMania, Saturday, April 10th, Sunday, April 11th, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. They haven't locked in the top matches for WrestleMania 37, 78 days to go. The reason there's been no real direction for top WrestleMania 37 feuds on Raw or SmackDown, and because there have been none of the usual rumor reports on plans for the show, it's because there are no matches in place, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. And as you know, if it comes from Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt. Now, it was noted that the top title matches for the Raw brand have not been confirmed. For SmackDown, WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns reportedly has two different opponents that are being considered. Despite the rumors and speculation, Daniel Bryan is not a lock to challenge Reigns on the grandest stage of them all, and Shinsuke Nakamura is not one of the two names being considered, even after their recent interactions on SmackDown. As we said, WrestleMania 37 will take place on Saturday, April 10th, Sunday, April 11th, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, with limited seating available. Mask up. As I say, speaking of which, we preview WWE Raw tomorrow, and this is going to be fun. Let's go for the updated lineup for tomorrow. The Raw Women's Championship will be decided. Asuka will go up against the weirdo Alexa Bliss. In a gauntlet match, it'll be Matt Riddle versus Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander and MVP. Charlotte Flair will take on Shayna Baszler, and WWE Champion Drew McIntyre and Goldberg are slated to return. And that is your wrestling report for right now. More wrestling report over on Wrestle Anime Hut. But it is time once more, dear friends, to right the wrong and for the guilty to get what's coming to them. It's time for the Insidious Pouch of the Week. And here with that is General Big Jimmy, Billy Bobo Schwartz, and Lieutenant Titty. Thank you. At least, smoke them if you got them, eat them if you bake them. Buzz, how y'all doing? At ease. Brain, how you doing?
Good.
Wizard, how you doing?
Doing well, General. Just working on my game.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody needs a hobby. Dax, man, how you doing? I'm okay. Finally getting stuff happening here. Well, let's get some stuff happening here. And for good reason, Lieutenant Timmy. Is it Timmy or Jimmy? It's Timmy. Okay, then I'll remember that. What you got for us, Timmy? Well, sir, I think we should give a belch to the referees from the two Sunday NFL football games. There's sort of had a couple of controversial decisions there in the matches that took place tonight. So I think that'd be a good idea. You know something? I think you're right. So, Jimmy, why don't you feed Vidar Belch there, the suitable tournament. Yep, we've given him a barrel full of Gatorade, lemonade, and any other aid you can think of, including soda and everything, including that new Mountain Dew flavor. Okay, when ready, fire! Yeah, now that's what I call personal foul. Boys, had a good time. See you next week. Dismissed. Big Jimmy, Billy Bob, Bo Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and the audience is back. All right. We got about 4 minutes left. And don't forget, we got WrestleMania HUD coming up at 11:30, and then switch over to YouTube, and we got the Sports Final coming up at about 12:30. So there you go. We got it all. So, wow.
We got it all.
We got it all on UHF.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's right. Anyway, let's see. Anything? Any last minute statements, corrections, beggings, pleadings? Anybody wants to make? Please say so now. Right?
No.
Wizard?
I got nothing.
Okay, and next week we'll have more of the Wizard's friends on this show. We'll also get you some other comedy as well. But for right now, that is going to wrap it up for us. And we'll be back next week with our Supper Bowl edition
Ding.
of the Last Call Cafe here in Spreaker. But until then, for the Brain, for the Wizard, I'm the Baxman. This has been a Mystifying Creativity production in association with Brainscan Entertainment, Gamerland Productions, and Spreaker. So until next Sunday at the same time, arrivederci, America.